Greetings, Diesel Funketeers. Tim Fielder back for a Friday session of the Diesel Funk Dispatch. Good to see you guys today. We're in and out the week strong. I have moved as of Tuesday night. I have moved our hours to the daytime when people are awake. I think that's just much better for folks because they are awake. And even I had the privilege last night of having two guests on. I had Arthur McFarlane, the great grandson of W.E.B. Du Bois, and I had the legendary Barbara Brandon on. And maybe I'll do a little work here on that as well. I got a lot of work I need to be doing today. Old people work from days and months ago, and I don't know when I'll be able to get to it, but I'll just keep trying. Just got back from a quick lunch, had some sushi and a little cheesecake. So I'm now geeked up on sugar and rice. So it's a good thing. How you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. Hello, Dionys Studio. Good to see you, man. Hi, hi, hi. Dionys Ortiz, the man with the wonderful hair, with the gray streaks and black streaks and in the goatee. I taught when he was maybe 13 years old, 12, 13 years old. He is now a family man and practicing artist at the Children's Arts Carnival, which actually put me on a while ago. Now, who am I? I guess I should show that now. I am Tim Fielder. I'm a visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. I don't know why I was watching it there. My company is Diesel Funk Studios. Diesel Funk Studios. I published this book. Well, HarperCollins, Amistad published this book, Infinitum, an Afrofuturist Tales. My book came out early 2021 during the height of COVID. We did this book here, Diesel Funk Studios, Maddie's Rocket. And of course, we did this book here, right here. We did Graphic History of Hip Hop with my writing partner, Dr. Walter Grayson. And we have special stuff going on now. We have this particular event here going up. Whoops. Desktop. Sorry, let me flip around to that. Future Waves, Afrofuturism 2.0, and the World Festival and Conference, which started today, which is pretty awesome. And everybody's in Senegal now. And I'm here on the stateside, holding it down as best I can, to the extent that I can. I got so many responsibilities. I believe Walter might be here as well, but the Graphic History Company set this up, and I'm very, very happy to be doing what we're doing. There may be some online stuff. I know a gallery show. I'm trying to get it up today, but it'll probably be tomorrow for Quantum. But we will see what happens. Also, I guess I should say it was a pretty exciting thing working with Barbara Brandon yesterday. So I'll just play this here. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'll try to see if you can hear it. Let's see, the audio here to capture sound would be, I don't know, we'll just work out. So let's see if we can turn the volume up on this. This is what I did last night after I finished the session last night. All right, now the issue was that we could not get sound working. Now, I was trying to get some sound working. And I worked with Halu, and for right now, I can't determine why or how to do lip syncing in this. Now I'm going to keep working with this thing. That's the other thing I've decided with this particular program here is that I just have to accept that this process is just something that is going to be ongoing. However, Hailu AI is like Runway. They do have a sort of thing, and of course, if you guys remember this from yesterday, they continued to have issues, right? They had issues. There was no video. Wait, what's this? Yep, they kept having issues with it. I imported this drawing, and it could not animate. However, Hailu, or Hailu, or however you pronounce it, they did all right. Look at this. Well, that's the title sequence. We don't need that one. Let's go back. Yeah, look at that. I mean, the only thing we didn't have was audio, right? And would have been amazing to have audio in it, but I just don't know how to do that. So we're going to see what happens now. I think what we'll do, maybe, let's go back to assets, images, and generation. We don't want that. We want video. Okay. Now, in the previous versions of Runway, can you guys see me there? Yeah, I think you guys can see me pretty good. In previous variants of Runway, I had done, look at this, I think you guys might remember this here. Let's see if this opens up here. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, so here we go. So if you guys, maybe you remember, maybe you, well, you probably wouldn't remember because I was doing a lot of this stuff at night. So this is an image from Maddie's Rock. It's pretty old. And I was playing around with settings. And I think the first setting was this one, which is pretty good. That was pretty awesome. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Of course, she kept walking there. She should have stopped right about there. But what that meant was about 2 or 3 seconds into this, that's pretty good. Look at that. That's pretty crazy, right? Then we had this version here, which I like because the walking still, yeah, even went right to the edge. It wasn't bad, but maybe went over a little bit too far. Then we had this one. I love that. Wow, look at it. And the camera was moving. See the camera's moving? That was pretty good. I felt like that was awesome showing that. Let's see here. Let me check. Yeah, that's playing there. That's good. Glad that is playing. I did tag myself in this, so I think whoops. Ah, man. Let's go back. Let's go back. So sorry about that. Oh, I don't know if I screwed that up. Let's see here. Let's go here. Should be okay. Yes, we're live now here. Okay, we should, yeah, okay, I wanted to make sure we got that back right. So we are live, okay, and we're live on Afrofuturism 2.0 group as well as the Graphic History Company thing. So that's good. But I want to go, let's click here. Let's hold on, let me mute this here because we don't want that sound screwing our stuff up, man. Okay, we're good here. Let's check YouTube right quick. YouTube seems to be somewhat stabilize, both YouTube channels. LinkedIn appears to be rocking and rolling. Yep, it is. It is. Twitch, rocking and rolling, and Steam, rocking and rolling. Now, Runway appears to work pretty good with the with this particular section here. I kind of like it. But again, Hailu has done some interesting things. Since I have this 1 week of free video rendering, we will try something here. All right, so here we go. Presets. Okay, that's enabled there. Yeah, I just don't see how to do like we generated here. The head of the armed forces said certain people in the military lack the honesty, humility, and integrity to serve. So how soon can we get them gone? Right? That's Barbara's point of view. And I thought to myself, well, that's great dialogue. So I went to the Minimax here, and we used the free version. Check it out. The head of the armed forces said certain people in the military lack the honesty, humility, and integrity to serve. So how soon can we get him gone? All right, now that's the neutral version. I could have set it to disgusted, but I don't think that works there. Well, hang on. I'm sure that's not going to work. Will it work? The head of the armed forces said certain people in the military lack the honesty, humility, and integrity to serve. So how soon can we get him gone? Wow. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. That is pretty good. Let's wow. Okay. Let's download that. When I allow that. The head of the armed forces said certain people in the military lack honesty, humility, and integrity to serve. So how soon can we get him gone? Okay, so that's pretty good. Now this is just using AI speech, so I'm a little bit shocked at that, frankly. Meaning at one point I was trying to get Barbara. Hey, Barbara, I need you to record this voice, but you know she was busy making catfish or something like that. She was talking about fish. She's obsessed with fish, man. But she made fish, and I decided to keep going. And wow, I want to know now, what can I do? See, that's the thing, though. All right, let's see what we can do here. You know, because it's this type of stuff where I get curious about, man, can we make this work? Can we make this happen? Let me take a little sip of my tea here. Okay. That tea was good. We have this downloaded now. Let's go to yeah, okay, here we go. And MP3. Hello, here we go. That's yesterday. Today. Yes. The head of the armed forces said certain people in the military lack the honesty, humility, and integrity to serve. So how soon can we get him gone? All right, that's pretty good there. All right, now I can split that into two, but I think what I'm going to do here is this. I'm going to try to see, by the way, this is the whole entire thing loaded up. It's all the animation was there with the talking, right? So what I'm trying to do is figure out how to get this to animate off of the sound. The sound generate the animation. So wow, I don't know. I'm sure this is not going to work. I'm absolutely positive this is not going to work. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to do image to video, right? We're going to go to I don't know what's going to happen here. I have no idea. I'm going to stick with Hilo 2. So yeah, we're going to go here again. Start. We're going to upload this. We're going to go to this one here. Sure, it's going to screw up. I'm not even worried about it. We're going to go here, click here, and we're going to pick version 2 right there. All right, so that's set up. So it goes from here to there. All right. Now, here's the thing. How would I get audio in this thing? That's the thing that I'm finding distressing. Let's see here. Let's go to Let's see here. Camera movement, 6 seconds. Nope. Let's see here. Presets. We won't unclick this because we unclick this, it'll come up with what it wants, which will be a little weird. Camera control. Oh, this is interesting. We don't want that one. Preset library. Okay, maybe that's not it. Let's click new preset. What kind of preset are we talking here? Nah, that ain't gonna work either. All right. Yep, let's go here. Now, the issue is that we need audio. We need audio on this thing. How do we do audio? How do we set up so that audio will be worked out? Right now, of course, everything's set to 1080 to 768p. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. Right now, we're going to leave it. I'm going to go back to Runway. Create a new session. New session. Okay, I'm sure this is not going to work this time. We're going to... Go to Aleph. I'm sure it's going to be weird. I am certain it's going to be weird. All right, we're going to go to B. Brandon. Where's her folder? Was it around the comment folder? Let's see. Yes. Right here. Right here, Jackaroni. Also, we need to drag over this guy here. We need the new audio. So the audio was pretty good. I wasn't really opposed to the audio. So we can go here, here. We're going to go.
The head of the armed forces said certain people in the military lack the honesty, humility, and integrity to serve. So.
Okay, so we got it. All right, so dragging an image to animate or a video to edit. So here's what we're going to do. I want to try something. 2 different ways. And if this doesn't work this time, that's okay. I'm going to live with the outcome. I'm going to go here. That's uploading. All right. Perform with Act 2. All right. We're going to go here. And it's not detecting the face, which is very distressing. All right, let's go to something else here. Let's go to another utility. It's so not good that this is not working. That is not good. Not good that it can't detect the drawing, but Hailu can. That's what. So what are you trying to say? Let's select another asset. Uh, hmm. Wow, I don't know what to say about this. This is not good. All right, let's go back to Hailu. All right, we might need to leave that alone here. But hey, what are you gonna do? All right, let's have a little tea. Okay, let's go back here to Instagram. Okay, looks like our signal is our signal still going here? Let's check and see. Yes, our signal is still going. I don't know why that bogged down there a little bit. That's weird. Okay, that's still going. Wow, that's weird. That is weird. I don't know why that. Hello, Dr. Lawana Richmond. How you doing? Okay, hang on. Why is that doing that? Yeah. That is weird. I don't know why that. I'm going to close that. Okay, we're not going to worry about it for now. But I think we'll steer it going. I don't know. Everything kind of bogged down there for a second. I don't know why it is, but we're not going to worry about it for now. Okay, for now, we'll just keep playing, keep doing what we're doing, because everything else seems to be going okay, I guess. Yeah. All right. Any rate, so I don't know what's going on with this utility. I don't know why that's breaking down, but I'm not going to worry about it for right now. But these are our frames. Eventually, I'm going to get this worked out. I tried my best to get everything sorted out, but it's okay. Right now, I'm going to save this, and I'll come back to it on another day. I'm going to quit DaVinci Resolve. All right. I'm going to have a little tea here. Saw the newest episode of Foundation, which seems to be the season finale of season 3 of Foundation, and they've greenlit a season 4, which is very exciting. Very, very exciting. And I think that'll go fairly well. All right. Also, I had done a metric ton of breakdowns for the Comet, and I think I'm going to do that. But today, I'm going to close these guys here because I don't want them open for the moment. And the Comet went really well. Arthur McFarlane, the great grandson of W.E. Du Bois, saw the stuff that I was doing with him, so that was really, really a huge deal. I was so proud to be able to show him what I was doing. It was great. It was great. What can I say? It was great. Truly, truly great. Let's see. What else I'm going to do here? I'll go to the desktop here. There we go. So everything seems to be going okay. It seems to be back in biz here again. Eventually, I'm going to get the chat set up to play back in the window. But right now, I think we'll just be happy to be where we are. That's what I think. So here are my posts. Go to profile. All right. To home. And we'll go back to live. But right now, I think we'll just be happy to be where we are. That's what I think. All right, we got some posts. Yeah, okay, good. We muted Instagram, okay, because we don't want that reverb playing back there. All right, now, here we go. Let's play a little music while I'm working here. We're going to go here. I think this will be good. Okay, good. A nice little calming music. That's what we're trying to do. So I've done quite a bit of breakdowns here. I feel very positive about that. For now, drop that down a little bit. Don't want that to be too loud. If the music is too obstructive, let me know, and that's okay. All right. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going to Clip Studio Paint. This is from my buddy Christina Hungsbrook Lamartina. Yesterday was her birthday. She turned 19. So happy for her. These are the files that I've been working on here. This is Black Prince. And of course, I was just doing little things for just a test image for Infinitum. Now, I've gone over the idea of doing weekly strips for both Maddie's Rocket and High John Conqueror. And I want to be able to do this in such a way where I can say, okay, we want to be able to tell a story that is attainable for me over a period of time. I'm not trying to tell the whole thing all at once. So these are the things I think I'm trying to do. So let's see what we can work on today. Let me turn this speed down just a little bit. Don't want it to totally blow things out. Okay, here we go. Now, watch what I'm going to do here, because although I'm doing something Afrofuturist, there are 4 things that I'm pulling from with this. I want to pull from the works of Robert E. Howard, creator of Conan Barbarian, Edgar Rice Burroughs, John Carter, Warlord of Mars, of the Princess of Mars series, H.P. Lovecraft, who all equally had major league issues with regards to race and things like that, but they created these cultural zeitgeist in pulp entertainment. And 4, I want to take the work of Hal Foster and Alex Raymond. So what I want to do is mimic those styles in my own way, telling a story that is Afrofuturist. That's the whole purpose of High John Conqueror. So what I'm going to do now over the next few minutes, we've been going now for about, how long have we been going here? 20 minutes, 30 minutes? I don't know. We'll see. But one of the things I want to do, I want to start doing breakdowns. It's been going about 28 minutes now. That's good. Boy, the time passes fast when you're streaming. Amazing. Amazing. Gonna close that down there. Music, theme song is done by Boston Fielder, my brother. This music here is by a gentleman by the name of Tyler Slack, one of my homeboys from Clarksdale, Mississippi. He's a brilliant musician, multi-talented, multi-genre musician. It's pretty damn cool. Let me know if you guys can hear that music. I hope you can. All right. So let's take a template here. Here's what we're going to do. Watch this. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, all right, here we go. All right. I'm going to go here to Google. What are the page dimensions of Prince Valiant comic strip? All right, let's see what it is. All right, check it out. Each Prince Valiant strip is numbered and dated. Dimensions of the original art varies. However, early pieces measure approximately 22.5 by 29. And later items are 19 by 27. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's click on this and see what we can find here. All right, so we see what we got here, right? 19. Okay, so here we go. The original artboard was 26 by 35. However, the original newspaper broadsheet, the full-size Sunday pages, as they appeared in newspapers, were printed on a broadsheet page measuring approximately 15 by 22.75 inches. Right? That's pretty good. Fantagraphics did theirs at 17 by 23. I like that. That's well, we'll see what we can do here. I like that though. That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Hello, Hidden Room Art. How you doing? Pleasure. Thank you for being here. By the way, I'm hoping my audio is coming through today. I don't know if it is or isn't. We shall see. All right, let's check it out here. So this is good. 15 by 22.75. I like that. That's pretty good. All right, now what we want to do is we want to get Prince Valiant, full resolution page, right? All right, let's check this out. Let's see what happens. So, in this particular instance, I want to stay away from the vertical. I want to go horizontal with this, but I want this book to be horizontal. I mean, that's pretty good, but I want it to be vertical. So let's see what we can do here. Let's go back. I believe, is this the one that Tom Yates is doing? Could be the work that Tom Yates is doing. Yes, that's what it looks like. Is that Yates? Who is that? Schratz and Yates. Yes, Tom Yates. Fantastic, legendary cartoonist. I don't know who the other person is. It's good. Okay, let's go here. All right, let's check here. Look in here. Not happy about that. Let's go here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on a new tab here, and this is going to be this part here. This is what I want. I think what I want to do is I want to do this here. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's great. That is awesome. Look at that, guys. Let's check this out. All right, so that's a daily strip there. That's interesting. Wow, look at that. I love that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So you can have 6 panels, which I love the idea of doing 6 panels. But I love that. Yeah, I kind of like that. We're going to right click this here. We're going to copy this image. And now we're going to go to a new image here. We're going to go new. And we're going to pick the size that we had here. Let's go here. Hang on one second. I mean, that was pretty incredible there. Look at that. Wowie kazowie. Now, I'm a huge fan of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs by Mark Schultz. Always loved the work Mark Schultz does because he was heavily influenced by Alex Raymond and Hal Foster, but he did his own thing. And I was a huge fan of his work. I love his work. Let's see here. Oh, what's that? Yeah, that looks pretty good there. This is Mark Schultz. Okay. That is pretty good there. I don't know. Maybe I should tell it vertical, but there's a part of me wants to do it horizontal. So we will see. But I kind of like the one that I had here. So we're going to go here. Let's see. Let's go back to where it stated the size was 15 by 22.75. So we're going to go here to inches instead of pixels. It's going to 15. Well, it's going to 22.75. 17. Is that right? Let's check one more time. I'm dyslexic. 15 by 22.75. We'll leave it at 300, but let's take it to 350 just in case. All right, that's pretty good. Now we're going to hit Command V now. So what we've done here, we've now imported that into this. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, I like that. Take a little sip of tea again. Okay. All right, that's pretty good. I like that. Let's zoom out here. Now, again, what we're doing is we're following the spirit of this. So what I'm going to do now is create a template based on Prince value, but I'm going to vary it up a little bit. So let me minimize Photoshop here. There we go. Okay. We're going to reduce the resolution down on this. There we go. Now let's see what we can do here. I'm going to go to a new layer. We're going to move our top color to black and background color to white. All right. We're going to click right there and we're going to, oops, wrong one. Click right here in the corner and we're going to hold down the space bar. And what that's going to do is give us a fairly square breakdown of that. That's good. Great. Now we're going to right click or go to File, Online Selection. Okay, there we go. So we actually have a border now. This is good. Command D, Command T. I want to, whoops. There we go. Okay. So we now have, I did it by eye, but we have our border. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this border down into 4 slots. And there'll be a grid set up here. And in fact, I'm going to use the same grid set up here. Right there. Actually, you know, I'll go this in half because I like the idea of the 3 panel. The 3 columns set up there. Great. All right, let me take this here. All right, let me do it one more time here. Click here. There we go. Online selection. Boom, done. Let's duplicate that one again. All right, I like that. That's hot. That's hot. One more time. Okay, so that's interesting. We have all three, but we have a little space to the right. So watch what we're going to do here. We select these two, and I'm going to merge these selected layers. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Grab these two, move them over. Perfect. Oh boy, God, woo! Sneeze there. Now I'm going to hit Command T. All right, so I'm going to stretch these three panels here. All right. Okay, we got it. I'm going to turn this one off. Turn this guy off so we can see here. We actually have these three panels, and they are spread fairly evenly across the elements here. Do one more thing now. Let's see if we can pull it off. I want to merge these guys. Right click, merge selected layer. Now you might be wondering, what in the world is this guy doing? I'm going to show you in just a second. This is me lining off my pages here. All right, let's go here. All right, good. Outline selection. Got it. Boom, done. Command D. We're going to bring this down a little bit. Okay, we got that. Okay. Okay, we got that taken care of. That's good. Command D. All right, we're going to take our selection tool here. We're going to move it up a little bit. Yep. Boom. Done. Got that out of the way. Man, D. So we can move this over a little bit faster there. Nope. So we got to put this right here with our button and move it over slow. That's okay. You can wait. All right, there we go. So we now have this pretty squared away. All right, I'm liking that. All right. Okay, so we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square panel grid. We're going to do a save as. Here. We'll start here for right now. Okay, great. All right, so I took the 3-panel setup here, and I think we're good. All right, let's go to okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to minimize this, move this over. All right, all we're doing now is just sketches. Reduce this down in size so we can move a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, here we go. All right. We're going to have this. Drop that down there so it's semi-transparent. There we go. And this right here will be a rough. I'm going to take G-Pen here. Hello, KC Library. How you doing there? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna reduce this down a little bit more. All right, so this is page one breakdown of High John Conqueror. The objective is to do two of these per week, maybe one, probably one, but I'll start off with a bang. All right. All right, so this is page 1. Okay, HJC_01. We'll go to our next page here, and this is locked here, so that's good. All right, on this one. Ah, nice turn. Well, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yep, I got an idea how I'm going to do this. Now, one of the things might not matter to most. It probably doesn't, but when I was at SBA, I was studying under, even for the one semester I was there at School of Visual Arts. Back in 1987, I was studying under Paul Karasik, who has a new book out, and Mark Newgarden. I'd originally come there to study under Art Spiegelman, but he had left the year prior, which was hilarious. But one of the things that those guys, Mark and Paul, introduced me to was, ironically, the inner workings of how Ernie Bushmiller did the script Nancy. And I took to that and I apply what I learned in Nancy to this day. So I'll go here, Ernie Bushmiller, Nancy. This is Ernie Bushmiller. Go to the images here. So these were the type of strips he did. They were very clean, but he used a lot of things, patterns. He used the same patterns over and over again. And it's quite interesting to see how he did these things. Now, I'm not trying to do Nancy, honestly, but I'm going to use a lot of a lot of pattern rhythm utilities in this, and I think it'll be fun to do. Alrighty, let's go back here. All right, so here we have him. Let's turn this back panel off. So what's happening here? The first shot, we have the title, Hi John Conqueror, which actually should be moved over a little bit. I know I probably shouldn't worry about that stuff because these are just the breakdowns. Okay, good. All right, I think for this shot here, guy is there, he's on the smoke and everything, then he decides to get up. Kind of, right? Here, I think what I should do is have a shot where he's kind of to the rear. All right, let's make his head kind of down. So again, this is just all very sketchy. So that's one way to do this, but I'll see if I can revisit that panel. But the one panel I know I'm going to reuse from the earlier iteration we did was this. This one. See? Goes this one. Do Command V. There we go. Command T. All right, it's 5:19 Eastern Standard Time. So I watched Foundation yesterday, but I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I mean, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is a little bit lighter than the heavier Star Trek stuff, but I enjoy it. I mean, I like Discovery. Well, I thought Discovery was okay, but I do really, really like Star Trek Strange New Worlds because it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it takes itself seriously enough, which I can dig. I can dig that. All right, as much as I love all right, so this is the wide shot of where he's seeing where he is. And as much as I love this shot here, I think I got to get rid of it. So I'm going to go here. Command C, Command V. All right, now I think this shot here needs to be him a close up of his face because we're introducing the character here. All right, there we go. Yes. Okay, this is great for week one and two, maybe. I don't know. We have to see. I love that image, but I don't think it's appropriate. I think it's okay, but what we need is this one. That's it there. As a matter of fact, I will go here. Right there, in fact. It should be smaller here. Okay, great. Yes. All right. That's pretty good. So, the way I'm thinking I'm going to do this, I'm going to divide these pages down into days, right? So I think this one here, I'll show you what I mean. This right here will be, that's one day, right? Then here, for this one, I probably will make this 2 days. Meaning that although what's happening here, it's all one continual thing, it allows me to take, right? So essentially, this is 1 week, right? Well, that's one day. This here on the bottom, that's day 2. And this one here, I'm sorry, I made a mistake there. This is day 2. And that's day 3. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Ain't tough. All right, so we have that lined up. And I could break it down even by panel. That might not be the worst thing in the world. That's one way to consider it. Maybe I will do that since I want to take my time on this. Okay. But what we will do as a Command S, Okay. So I'm going to delete these guys here. Well, I'll leave them there for now. So again, 1, 2. But I'll break them up. Because why not? 1, 2. I won't keep that one. But I will keep the drawing. Now we'll go back to another page here. Okay, so that's our basic layout. Whoops. Go back to black. Go here to Tim Fielder and see what's happening. See what's happening, man. Thank you, Damon Dixon, for liking what I'm doing here. Appreciate it. All right, Barbara just hit me up. Yes, I am available, but I gotta figure out which soft. Okay. Next part of this story. It's a prelude, right? Which is what we just did. So we just did that. So in theory, we just took care of sort of that one. We'll get back to this. What we're going to do is this one now, right there, and then we'll flash back to that. Maybe not that one. We will see. All right, let me just try something else here. All right, we're going to try something a little bit different now. I need to show two different things happening at the same time. So I'm going to switch to 4 panels here. All right, it's Rain, Shaq. Picture of two women giving birth same time. All right, so two women in labor here. Okay, that's good. Now watch this. So that'll be 1 week. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6, 7, probably 8, 9. Not bad. All right, it is 6:06. I'm going for a little while now. I think I'm going to keep going for a little bit. Maybe I'll go to 6:30. Right now, I've been working on High John Conqueror, the breakdowns for it. But I also been doing some clerical work that I can't show you guys. Like, you got to get in paperwork and resume. So I was trying to invoice for something here, and I'm late on submitting certain invoices, which is fine. You know, well, they may mind, but you know, I get it. I get it. All right, so it's all good. So the one thing I'm doing here is I'm doing breakdowns, and I haven't talked much today. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I haven't talked much today. Basically, I've just been drawing, and the idea being to show a little bit of what I want to do here. Okay, so this is what I'm doing now. I think for now I'm a little bit. I think I know what I want to do here, but I'm going to break off from this for now because I think I've taken this as far as I want to for the day, and I actually think that I don't need to take it any farther for now because right now as it's standing, that would be one day, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's like 9 days of story because I'm telling the story very slow. So I think I feel pretty good about what we have. Command S. And I think what I'll do now that I've laid out enough here, I think what I'm going to do is wait before I do any more significant layouts and just start with the story. I have, again, this story written out in detail, and it's cool, but now what I want to do is to kind of like put some things together and start drawing and start having fun with this stuff. And I'm not going to post immediately. I want to work up a buffer, and I think the buffer may very well be these images here, because if I'm averaging 2 pages or 2 postings a week, so High John Conqueror will be coming out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the thing. But in order to do it, I want to treat it like a daily strip, meaning that I need to have several weeks, if not several months, of buffer. So we'll see how that goes. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just to keep it safe, and so I don't have to be losing my mind in terms of what I'm doing here. Again, my name is Tim Fielder. I'm a visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. And I've spent time over the decades doing this Afrofuturist thing. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it's what I've done, and it is. I don't think I've stayed with anything longer in my life. Because I started out as a comic book artist, obviously, as a young boy, but there was a period where I really didn't do comics anymore. I shifted over to animation and game design and bucket loads of teaching. So that was pretty good for me. But now I'm shifting towards doing all of it because I believe we're in this environment where you can almost do anything. You can do anything. Now I know I'm late to the am I late to the game? I don't know. Maybe I am. But it's a situation where I was explaining to my wife. I said, without going into, there was this person who's in the industry. Won't go in the name because I don't want to say. But whenever I was around this person was very cold to me. Right, my perception that he was very cold. I would try, hey, how you doing? How you doing? But the off, not didn't give it anything, and I was like, wow, that's weird because I never met this person before, and it bothered me because I'm like, why is he being such a, difficult? And then I talked with my twin brother, who told me, no, he doesn't have an issue with you. He has an issue with me because Jim dealt with one of his relatives, and the relative was interesting. I'll leave it at that without going into details on it. But this person perceived me to be my twin brother. So I'm just bringing that up to say that, yes, we all have to take responsibility for our life, for our careers, and for all those type of things. But we also have to accept that in the old world, that was basically 5 people. The term gatekeeper really emanates from this period we've been in, where you have an entire medial ecosystem, and there are 5 people that okay whether or not you could do something or not, right? 5 people. But those 5 people had a legion of gatekeepers around just to make sure that you could even be under consideration. And that went on for decades. There was certain part of the Hollywood system, part of the comic book system, part of the animation system. Talent was good, but let's be frank, talent will only take you so far. Eccentricity can knock you out of the game very fast. How you doing? But in this system we're in now, we're talking about social doesn't, maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll change. But right now, social is built on getting as many people as possible to pump content out. to feed the system. That's how it works, right? That's why it's free. That's why it's free. And because of that, I can do this. I spent today. Yesterday I talked a lot. Today I talk very little. Very little I talk. Right? I just felt like, you know what? We talked a lot yesterday. Today has been a lot going on. I got so many other clerical things to do behind the scene, right? So you know what? I think I'm just going to draw a little bit today and not worry about how the presentation is going to present on the screen. But that's the key. It's still my show. I can still broadcast. I'm still broadcasting to 2 YouTube channels, 3 or 4 Facebook pages, including my own page, the Graphic History page. I'm broadcasting to Twitch, Kick, LinkedIn, trying to make something happen on Substack eventually. And I can stream to, once they figure it out, TikTok. That's incredible. That is incredible. And I don't have to ask anyone's permission. I can just do it. I can show what I want when I want to show it. You know, there are certain projects that I can't show, but most of those projects are short term. And once they're over, I'm moving on to the next thing. But with my work, even the collaborations, I'm showing what I'm doing behind the scenes because I believe that's the way it should be done. Yes, some cartoonists, correctly and smartly so, spend their time doing it. They're drawing commissions, and they're drawing the commissions, and what they're doing when they're drawing commissions, they're selling those commissions. That's a viable way to use this kind of platform. For me, since it's all digital, it's really no practical way per se for me to sell a commission unless I draw something and then a person wants a printout of it and I sign it, which I guess I'm open to doing. But I'm at the age now, 59, where I'm not as gung ho about doing that kind of work because you just don't know how long you have in front of you. So what I'm interested in doing is finishing out the big projects that I have in front of me, and there are several projects. That's why I'm using all the different technical tools to get it done. Let the whatever. Not throwing caution to the wind, of course, but certainly being much more aggressive about pushing forward without hurting myself physically, because I can't do that anymore. Y'all, the other people who believe that you can do that, being artists and suffering, I did that. It hurt me. I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm not starving anymore. I'm not doing that. So that's all I have to say. Well, there'll always be something I have to say about it, but that's all I'm gonna say. That's my basic point. Beyond that, I have to say that one of the reasons why I find this whole thing so liberating, and I guess while I'll do this, I'll let's see here. Hang on 1 second. This is what I'm saying. All this clerical stuff going on behind the scenes. It's like, you have this bio, you have that resume, and I'm like, I haven't applied for a regular job. Oh my God, in years. But for some client that I'll be doing not a client, but for a convention, they want the resume, so whatever. So I haven't updated a resume. God, since I last talked, 2020. I mean, I have updated my bio because that generally goes when I'm doing presentations or talking. But resume, oh my God. Oof. Okay. Let me just do here. Send this out. Then I'll be squared. Oh, wait, I think. Let's see. Let us see. Hmm. So yes, that is what I'm doing. I'm enjoying the amount of work. I'm getting a serious groove out of doing what I'm doing. I'm getting enjoyment. I am content uh, with this, and I can't complain. Cannot complain. Cannot complain. It's been a ride, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely been a ride. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so I had to send that out. That is now done. I feel pretty good about that. Now, so I've done my breakdowns for High John Conqueror. I feel like it has been a pretty full week. There's three projects I got to finish out. One I was promised to get in by today, but that's not going to happen. But that's okay. I'll try to. I feel like this weekend, beyond my walk that I do around Central Park, I will have to my weekend will be spent working. And again, as I've always said, it's about constantly extending grace to myself and allowing myself to do my work and not hurt myself in the process of doing it. That's maybe not the best thing for deadlines, but that's okay. I'm still going to work through this. Other than that, it has been great. I'm feeling really good, very positive about all the happenings, all the things that are rocking. I feel like so many wonderful opportunities have come along here. We've been going now about 2 hours and a half, a little bit over 2 hours and a half, I guess. Or was it 3 hours? Yeah, 2 hours and 36 minutes. That's good. Let's see. Other than that, I think I'm going to shut it down because it's been a long week. The thing is, when you're doing this streaming, you're doing 3-4 hours a day, and this is separate from the work I'm doing where I'm not on screen. And I have to say, it's been a ride. It's been a ride. But I'm, that like Saturday and Sunday is dicey to do work for me. I will do it, but there's at least one project I know I have to turn in over the weekend. Two projects really, and so I'm gonna put some time into it. But I really don't like working on the weekends, but I'm probably gonna do it anyway, just so I can get that stuff out of the way. In the meantime, it has been a wonderful week. This first week of doing daytime streaming is great because my schedule pretty much comprises of me getting up in the morning. I generally head out the door between 6:45, 7:15. That 30-minute period, generally I'm out the door. I'm doing my 5 mile walk. I like doing the 5 mile walk because it allows me to get that aspect of my life, which I think is essential to me living. Staying alive. It allows me to get that out of the way early in the day, right? And also, I can shut my brain down when I'm doing this. I can strategize with my brother about what next steps are with our film projects, what I'm doing more for social media. Like, for example, I've shown you guys how I was doing breakdowns for High John Conqueror. I've kind of already done breakdowns for Maddie's Rocket. But what I'm going to do, instead of trying to launch that strip, those projects, and get them done like immediately, what I'm going to do is wait until I've built up a buffer before I launch them. So that means if I don't kind of think September, if I don't get that stuff running till say maybe launching around New York Comic Con, that might be the way to do it. Because then I could send it to the media and start publishing it out and promoting it out that way. In the social media comics, once I do that, those projects will all be put out on all channels. Substack, Instagram, Facebook, all LinkedIn. I don't know if in a video format if that would work. I suppose it could work if I did it, if I release it as a video. But we have to see how that goes. Maybe that's something that can work. I don't know. I hadn't thought about that. But I want to get that stuff out so that it is done. Still losing weight on my path, even though occasionally, like today, my wife and I ate some cheesecake and ice cream. It was delicious, by the way. And so, life is not supposed to be all hell. It's supposed to be a little bit of pleasure, but I make sure I do my 5 miles a day. Last week, the last 2 weeks actually, I've done 5 miles 4 days a week. But I've been able to continue doing my long walks over the weekend. But this week, I did 5 miles Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now Friday. And tomorrow, I intend to do the regular 8 to 10 mile walk around Central Park, because that's a one that really, when I do that one, it's good. Also, my brother and I have been talking a lot about fasting. He did a 3-day fast recently. Seems to have worked for him. For myself, I'm going to do probably a 1-day weekly fast. And I'm thinking about starting that on Monday, just 1 day. Don't eat just water for that 1 day. I don't know if I could do that, but that's something I think might be helpful for me to be able to try to pull off. Anyway, it is now 6:25. I'm Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. I am a partner with the Graphic History Company. It puts out the Graphic History of Hip Hop. Presently sponsoring this event here, Future Waves, taking place now in Dakar, Senegal. It'll be going on to the 15th, so they got 3 more days. Well, what today? 12, 13, 14, 4 more days, which is cool. And that'll be out. Also, I am the CEO of Diesel Funk Studios, and I publish Maddie's Rocket, but also I am now the person responsible for all of the social media and personal branding. That's the weekly vlog, which is still, the vlog is coming in. I release them every week, but I haven't released a vlog this week yet. I might do it, might not. We'll see how it goes. But my monthly Diesel Funk Dispatch portrait series is still coming out. We did La Russell earlier this week. Next week we'll have another subject. And going to start probably on Monday doing daily aspirations. I don't know how those will go, because you get a little sensitive. I mean, I am like the last person that a person should take seriously when it comes to aspirational stuff. But I can rhyme a little bit. I didn't say I can rap. I can rhyme a little bit, or let's say I think in circles. So maybe that'll be entertaining, If anything, I know how to screw up. So maybe me telling you how not to screw up might be useful. I don't know. And of course, the Diesel Funk base, because I'm working on graphic history of hip hop. I'm working on Black Prince. I'm working on the comedy. I love those projects. And those projects have helped me to define my career in the mainstream and where things are going right now, and I love that. However, I need to continue to put out Diesel Funk stuff. I've been sitting on the breakdowns for Maddie's Rocket for years now, and it's time to get that work out. Because as I learned in April, you really do not know how long you have. You could make an exit well before you would prefer to. So let me get on it now, because all that we can do is the only thing that people will have to remember us when we're gone, outside of our immediate families who are still alive, is the detritus, you will, that we leave around. So that is what my feeling is with regard to that. Anyway, it has been a beautiful, beautiful week, very productive. I think the weekend should be productive as well. And then we'll start up the next week refreshed and ready to be beautiful. And I want you guys to continue to be beautiful as well. Music was done by Tyler Slack, who I'm playing his album. Part of that soundtrack is used in my brother's film Flow. And felt a little weird about using it, but Jim said, use it, could be repurposed, so that's fine too. Also have to do some work on the documentary on my career, Black Metropolis. We're trying to get all that stuff turned in. Don't worry, Kat, we're still alive. I know you're probably not watching this, but eventually we'll get it in. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Love one another. Be kind with one another. Have a restful weekend. Make deposits in the love bank. Make deposit in the love bank and make as few withdrawals as possible. Because the longer you put things you deposit into the love bank, the more love you can spend that accrues over time. Have a good one. Much love.